Hello, this is the Orange Team's presentation of our Bright Cart prototype. Today we'll be talking about the context of the prototype, the needs of the user for the prototype itself, and then the next steps in design. So this is a concept for a new kind of grocery store in a low-income, low-food access neighborhood. So what this means is, and they used to be referred to as food deserts. Typically, they're now referred to as grocery gaps or low-income, low-access neighborhoods. People in these neighborhoods don't have access to quality, healthy food. There are corner stores like the one seen here, but they typically only carry very processed foods and liquor. And this sort of happened after suburban sprawl when the middle class moved out of the cities in the middle of the 20th century. Low access doesn't always mean that food isn't available. It also can depend on vehicle access, whether or not people can drive or take public transportation to areas. It can depend on a thing called food literacy, which is whether or not people know what healthy food looks like and what to do with it. And it can also depend on the cost of the food as well. Most of the time, there's a perception that healthier foods are more expensive than unhealthy foods. In designing a solution, we really needed to think about the needs of the user. One of those would be that they might not have a whole lot of tech. They might not have a cell phone. That's a common thing. 2/3 of the world's population still uses dumb phones, or the older phones, as you might say. Another thing is that price is a big issue, and that keeping prices down is really important. And financial motivations, such as providing discounts on healthy food, helps the user start healthier habits. Additionally, community support is extremely beneficial in these situations, in that we really need to focus on building relationships with the end user that's innate and relatable in their community. So it kind of requires for a grocery store to be reorganized and disrupted a little bit. And this was an idea of a grocery store I had that this sort of prototype could sort of sit in. Just a potential idea with a stronger focus on fresh produce and no cash registers. So how exactly does this work? Let's talk about the Bright Cart a little bit. When the user first grabs the cart, they are greeted by the option to set a budget. It's fine if they don't set a budget, but if they do, it gives them a graphical interpretation of the contents in their cart. As the user adds items to their cart, it provides them feedback, how many items they've added, the cost of that item, and whether or not it's a healthy choice. And it can do this through inexpensive near-field communication technology that's widely available for Android phones and other Android devices. If they add an unhealthy item, the system provides them feedback and sends them to talk to the store employee, which we term as the helper. And the shopper, can call a helper and they can discuss several things. So the majority of the interaction comes from discussions with the helper. So when the helper arrives, they can see the items in the cart on the app. And they can go into this thing called the cart huddle and share the screen with the shopper and show them potential healthier options and talk about those healthier options. They can also look at recipes. So say a user sees that something is on sale, wants to try it out, the helper can provide them with some recipes. And those recipes can be printed, emailed, or even texted to the shopper so that they can view it at the end of the shopping trip. When the shopper wants to check out, the transaction process happens at the side of the cart and very quickly. Because the grocery cart is so accurate in knowing what it has and doesn't have, the helper really can focus on the end experience with the user, with the shopper, and they can discuss things like recipes and coupons and other aspects of the store and their health score and how to improve their health score with different items. So some of the things that we would need to do before moving forward would be to find out more information about the user. If they have smartphones, if more people have smartphones, we would like to be able to give the user more of the control that the helper has. We also would need to look into see what kind of vocabulary would work. We'd need to see how the coupons would work. We'd really have to think through the entire coupon process and how to register a shopper to get the coupons. Additionally, we'd have to focus on the helper side of the app and making sure it was extremely error-proof and making it as simple as possible to really reduce errors. So that's it for our presentation. But I'm going to now try to show you the app. It's going to be very slow, so if you want to stop here, that's fine. But screen recording and the actual prototype don't play well together. So this would be the dashboard that the person would originally view, the helper. And then when they approach the cart, this would be the view. They get into the huddle. Again, I'm sorry this is so slow. I don't understand. I couldn't figure out a way to get this to go any faster. Alright, so this would be the suggestions area where they could see what's in the cart and provide them with suggestions. And you already saw the recipe part. We can look at that again here. The idea is that the user will be able to flip through this. I don't know. It's really well designed. Robert did a great job on this prototype. And then this is what the checkout would look like. It's kind of complex, but you know. Okay, I'm not gonna. Let's see. It's not a whole lot I can do because it's going so slow. Alright, and so yeah, they could use debit card, credit card, and they could have all these things sent to them various ways.